Hello everyone, thank you again for joining us for this virtual support session. My name is Lindsay Hayes, I'm your Pathways Guide. I hope that you all are having a really great Friday, and we're just going to get started with a couple of things just to kind of walk through that your club members may not know, a couple of little fun tips. Again, no one had submitted any questions to me, so I'm just going to share with you some of the things that I've learned that may be helpful for you in your clubs. So give me 1 second to share my screen here. Hopefully what you're seeing right now is the tutorials and resources page on my Pathways path on Basecamp. I'm actually going to go to the home page. And what I'm going to do here, I was going to talk a little bit today about the feedback options and what you can find in there. So like I've said in my trainings, you can give and receive feedback in here. You can share information in your transcript, excuse me, not share, but you can store information in your transcript, and you can go to your e-portfolio. That's one thing that we're going to look at right now. So the documents that we have in here, you can see how many are in there. So I have 2 documents. They're separated first by level in the files, but then you can also add your own documents. So this might be some other outside resource that you are working on. It might be a speech outline that you want to keep separate. You don't know where the speech is going to fit yet necessarily, but you want to keep the outline safe in your documents. This is a great place to store them in your e-portfolio and under your documents. So what I have uploaded here is actually a photo. I wanted to keep this. I'll upload it again just so that you can see the process. I'm going to go ahead and add a file. I'm going to select the file. Now I'd saved this to my desktop, and this is me giving the award for Outstanding Toastmaster to our club nominee, Lee Felder. And I'm going to go ahead and select that file, and I'm going to add it. Now what I can do is I can go ahead and access that at any point. See, there's me and Lee. I'm giving him an award. This was actually a thank you for founding our club, and we're so sad that you're leaving award too, given on the same day. So you can see I have access to that. If your club does voting for best speaker, best evaluator, best table topics, and you take a picture, maybe you share it on Facebook, you can also put those in here too. It's a good way to keep record of those little things that kind of just go by the wayside. Now I'm not saying you have to do this. It's just one option that you have to keep your files. And say I just realized now that I uploaded this twice, you can always open it or you can delete it. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes, they're always going to give you that prompt. But it is fun to keep that in my records. Now, if I were to go back to my transcript, this is all of the information that I am working on. These are the projects that I'm working on. You can see your path, all of that's in here. Well, basically anything that you've ever opened in Basecamp is going to be accessed right on your transcript. So accessing your speech evaluation resource. If I wanted to, I'm going to go ahead and launch this just so that you can see once what it looks like. Hopefully you might not even be able to see this right now, but it's launching in Google Chrome. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and close that. That's beside the point. So let's go ahead and go here. And we're going to click on the accessing speech evaluation resource. Now, I can, if I want to, move this to archived transcript so that it's not appearing on my active transcript. Again, you're going to get this little blurb that says you have indicated you would like to archive this training. By doing so, you do not remove any responsibility for completing the training. So if you've not completed it and you're moving it to archive, just know that you still have to do this. It's still part of your curriculum. But for me, I've watched the resource. I don't want to get rid of it necessarily, but I am going to archive it. So now it's gone to my archived transcript as opposed to my active transcript. So if I want to go here, I see my active, I see my completed, and I see my archived. Anything in this archive, it's going to remain there for you, and it's going to be just another way to access those informations that you, again, may not want to see in your active information, but you still want to access from time to time. So that's one of those little things that you can use, you can share with your club, you can use it again and again, and it's just another fun tool that we have available in Pathways. Other than that, I didn't really have much else to talk about today. That's just the few things that I wanted to show you. To go back to the home page again, just go back to home. If I go back, then here's my 5 little toggle buttons. If I go back to my feedback, again, if I go to my ePortfolio, I can see that I have my 2 documents. It would have been 3 had I not deleted it the first time. I've got my 1 document here, and I've got my other evaluation resource in here, which I've shared with you before. The other thing I would like to show is if I search for another member of my club, say I want to provide feedback for Jen. I can give the feedback here. I can tell her how wonderful she did on her last speech. I can give a badge. I can do all of that here. If I go to the ePortfolio, you can see I'm still looking at Jen Hovland's information. I can see that she has 1 badge awarded to her. I know this because I awarded it to her. But let's go back to the ePortfolio. If I go to her documents, I will not see anything. That's just to show you that anything that you store in your documents is only for you. So if you are worried about other people seeing your information, maybe stealing speech ideas, know that none of that is going to be available for other people to view. Anything that you store in your documents or by level is for your eyes only. So those are some things to keep in mind when you're storing your documents. Just know that it is very specific for you, and anyone else should not have access to that. And that includes the Vice President of Education. They won't be able to see where you're at with your information. They can't see what you've stored. They can't make sure that you've been using the resources as appropriate. That is up to you as the member. So I'm going to go ahead and go back home. And in doing so, I'm back into my personal path, into my personal base camp. You can see my little pictures up here. So those are just some other options that you have in Basecamp. If you like these, let me know. If you've been able to use them, great. If you're having issues, let me know that too. It's great to be with you all again today. If you have any other questions, I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen. There I am. It's great to see you all. I hope that you all have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you during our next session. Bye-bye.